Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and day 9 of Commander's training camp is in the books. And I was actually at training camp practice today. I took down a lot of notes, recorded some highlights, so we will have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, I'm going to talk about some things Dan Quinn said in his presser, and then we're going to move on to some things that happened during practice. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 4K subs. If you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. All right, so like I said in the intro, I did attend training camp practice today. It was super fun, super hot, super sunny outside, which was, to be expected. But I did get signatures, autographs from Jayden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Marcus Mariota, Emmanuel Forbes. Shout out to them. I got some of my gear signed, so shout out to those guys. Great guys over there. Jayden Daniels, he had another good day of practice, but we'll get to that later in the video. And then Terry McLaurin and Emmanuel Forbes, they were also good as well. But starting off with Quinn's presser, Jayden Daniels is going to play in Saturday's preseason game against the Jets. Dan Quinn said in his presser, which was to be expected. I mean, I feel like they're gonna give each quarterback one a quarter. I feel like Jayden Daniels, he's gonna get like 2 drives, maybe 3, but probably 2. And then next week against the Dolphins, he'll get maybe a half, if not a half, a little under a half, but he should get a half next week, in my opinion, and then he won't play at all against the Patriots week 3 of preseason. That would be my plan, but maybe Dan Quinn and co. does it differently. We'll see, but he will be playing in Saturday's preseason game, which is really good. I know Joe Theismann came out and said on his podcast that Jayden Daniels shouldn't play in the preseason at all. First of all, he should. Rookie quarterback, he needs to get a feel of what an actual NFL game looks like, feels like. So I am glad that he's going to play Saturday against the Jets. Now, some injury updates. Johnny Newton, he didn't practice today. Dan Quinn said they'll ramp him back up. He's not, I don't know if he had a setback. I don't think he had a setback, but they just want to slow him down a little bit. Just came off of a foot injury. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks or so, they're going to slow him down a little bit and, just ramp him back a little. He'll probably participate in practice, but will probably not participate in team drills, mostly individual drills, maybe some team drills, but mostly individual drills, maybe one-on-ones as well. So they're just ramping Johnny Newton back a little bit, and that's one of the reasons as to why they signed defensive tackle Taylor Stallworth. I'm not sure where he's from. I may do a video on him later today, but they signed him. I know they worked him out last week, and they cut Christian Holmes as a corresponding move. Christian Holmes, he was drafted by Ron Rivera in 2022. He's been on this roster since 2022. He's not a bad cornerback. He's more of a depth piece. He's pretty solid on special teams, but that's about it. He probably was not going to make the roster at all, so they just decided to cut him. Now, I thought they were going to, wait till, after the preseason, maybe to see, what he can do in the preseason and then cut him. But they decided to cut him now, so no big issue right there. And then finally, Dan Quinn said he's looking forward to seeing what rookie left tackle Brandon Coleman can do against the Jets defensive line. That has very good defensive linemen like, Quinn Williams, Jermaine Johnson. I'm not sure if Hassan Reddick will be back for joint practices, but we'll see. They have him too, and other guys as well. So they got some good defensive linemen over there. So it'll be a challenge for Brandon Coleman. It'll be a good matchup to see, where he really is at going up against an elite defensive line. Now let's get to some things that happened during practice. I have a ton of notes here. First things first, one-on-one drills. Terry McLaurin, he did a nice job beating BSJ off the line on a slant route and catching the ball in one-on-one. So Terry McLaurin, still cooking wide receivers in one-on-ones, but it's one-on-ones. Wide receivers usually have the advantage. Plus, Terry McLaurin. He's always going to get the best of the guy, across from him. Marcus Mariota to Olamide Zaccheaus in one-on-one drills. Olamide Zaccheaus beat Whiteside. I'm pretty sure on the outside it was. So good job by Olamide Zaccheaus. He's been doing a nice job in training camp so far. He's been impressing for sure. Honestly, you can consider him as our wide receiver 3 right now. I would probably have him as our 4. I would say Dyami Brown, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but Dyami Brown, he just hasn't shown us a lot over the past 3 years. Hopefully he can improve this season. Hopefully he can, bring more to the table this season, put up a lot more yards, a lot more statistics in general as a whole. But we shall see. But I feel like he's been our best, not our best, but 3rd best wide receiver during training camp, especially today. It was definitely evident. He did have some, I think 1 or 2 drop passes, but he really made some nice plays as well. Emmanuel Forbes actually had a nice pass breakup against him in one-on-one drills as well. So Forbes, he definitely impressed today. James Pierre actually had a nice pass deflection on Olamide Zaccheaus. He got beat by De'Ami Brown on the rep before, but then bounced back by having a nice pass deflection on Olamide Zaccheaus. So shout out to James Pierre. This is really the first time, I kind of wanted to keep my eye on him a little bit today because I haven't heard much about him. I think he's been working with the third team. I saw him working with the third team when Sam Hartman, Jeff Driscoll were out there. So, we haven't heard a lot of him, but let's see if he does something in preseason and throughout the rest of camp. Let's see what else we have here. And then Lou McCaffrey, he had a nice catch on one-on-one drills as well. So those are one-on-ones. Now 11v11s. Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson, they had some really good runs. Austin Eckler, he had a nice run up the middle in 11v11. Also in, I'm pretty sure, red zone drills, yeah, he had a touchdown up the middle. It was like a 10, 15-yard touchdown up the middle. And then he scored. Marcus Mariota, I'm pretty sure, gave him the ball, handed him off the ball. So Austin Eckler, man, he always making a good run. I mean, nothing but great things about him throughout camp so far. Super excited to see what Austin Eckler does this season. Let's see here. Brian Robinson had a catch and an explosive run downfield. That was really nice. That run went for like 10, 15 yards, maybe even 20. So, hey, man, Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler, that duo was going to be absolutely special. Marcus Mariota, he had a bit of a bad pass over the middle that was almost picked off by Anthony Pittman. So, Marcus Mariota, he hasn't had a great camp so far. He's made a couple of nice plays, but overall hasn't had a great camp. I feel like, Jayden Daniels has definitely been looking better than him. But Anthony Pittman, he made a play today. He made a couple of plays today. So, we'll see if he makes the roster. I feel like he has a good chance because, he was a really good special team guy with the Lions. So he spent 4 seasons with the Lions, and then we signed him this offseason. So we might just keep him on the roster because, he's a really good special teamer, and especially with the new kickoff rules, we're going to need guys that can really tackle, really block for their returner. So, yeah, we'll see if he makes the roster, but he's definitely going to have to continue to impress during training camp and in preseason to make it. So we'll see about Anthony Pittman. What else do we have here? Jayden Daniels, he made a really good pass to De'Ami Brown towards the middle of the field. Mitchell Tinsley, he made a really nice grab in the middle of the field from Marcus Mariota. So we're seeing a couple of passes from the middle of the field, which I like. And the play of the day, in my opinion, came from Jayden Daniels. He had a really nice throw to Dotson near the right pylon. Really nice. He threw with accuracy, anticipation. It was a really good ball by Jayden Daniels. So, hey, man, that JD to JD connection, JD5 to JD1, 5 plus 1 equals 6. Hopefully we see a lot of that this season. Super excited to watch that duo right there. And then Jayden Daniels, he took off on the left sideline in the second period of 11 on 11 drills, and he went for 75 yards. I don't know. I think he would have been tackled in a real game probably, or maybe not, but he took it 75 yards to the crib, which is really cool right there. Got all the fans excited. Practice was really fun today. Jayden Daniels, he was really good. He was 12 for 16 today. Shout out to Mason Kinham. He actually tweeted that out. He was 12 for 16 today. I'm pretty sure 2 were going to be would have been sacks, and then 1 was a bad pass, and then the other one, I forgot what the other one would have been, but yeah, he was 12 for 16 today. So overall, Jayden Daniels, he had a really good day. Casimir Allen and Byron Pringle showed off some speed in the return game today. They actually practiced the new kickoff today during practice a couple of times, and Casimir Allen and Byron Pringle were the 2 guys that stood out to me the most. Casimir Allen showed off some good speed as well as Byron Pringle. So we'll see if one of those 2 guys makes the roster. Maybe both of them make it, but we'll see who makes the roster. And maybe they'll be our kick returner this season, but we shall see. And then Rameez Ahmed and Riley Patterson, they both went 4 for 5 again on field goal. So we'll see who wins that kicker competition right there. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. Like I said, I'm on the road to 4K subs. If you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.